I really wish some conspiracy theorists on Reddit would just at least try to pinpoint how did we get to a point where this is so heavily pushed.
I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's actually been a long time since we spoke about this particular creature that goes by the name of Katrina. Well, apparently, Katrina has put out a new video, and it's amazing that she put out this video because this person apparently, supposedly anyway, quit Twitter. You know how that goes. She is a psycho. Okay, this person is the one who is behind a lot of the ruining of your favorite Japanese games, of your favorite Japanese anime. I don't know if she's done manga. I think she has done manga in the past, according to this post. I haven't seen the manga that she's worked on, but ultimately, she just put out a video.
I never heard of her.
Never heard of them.
Also, up until recently, I haven't watched anime with English dub. So the English dub side is completely new to me.
Complaining about how people are able to listen to the Japanese audio when playing Japanese games, and she wishes that they didn't have that ability. That way, they are forced to listen to her own woke-ass ideology and her woke translations.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Oh man.
Man, I remember as a kid I used to love watching Dumb and Dumber.
Somebody like her, who her entire career is to try to ruin whatever she works on by injecting her own politics into something that she didn't create, yeah, it would make sense that someone like this is upset that you have the option to use Japanese audio and to be able to understand that the translations are not what the audio is saying. That is what really is getting her upset. It's getting her angry because people are starting to
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the same person who was complaining on a live stream that people now are learning Japanese so they're able to recognize when they're mistranslating something. And she was complaining about that. I think that's the same person.
But if you're learning a language just so you can consume the product easier, then wouldn't that be a good thing?
Yeah, it would be, but not for them.
No, they can cry about it.
catch on that she's changing a bunch of stuff. So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, I want to give you a little context over to who Katrina is before we get into the video. It says, hello, I'm Katrina, professional translator and localization expert. I specialize in everything audiovisual, movies and TV, games, anime, manga, and more. Click this tweet for links to my professional talks, quick essays on translation theory, and more. Now, this is the creature that came up.
What is a translation theory?
I don't know.
With what she tried to call localization philosophy. That's what she tried to call it. She's trying to, I guess, make it seem grander than what she actually does. This is the kind of person that we're dealing with. And again, on the 14th of September, she said that she was going to be leaving Twitter. She said she was going to be going to Blue Sky because that's apparently the new place that all the wokies are trying to make into a thing.
Wait, there's a new social media called Blue Sky? I never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
People right now are honestly just way overdoing it, and they're catering to a specific small percentage of the demographic. And then they're upset that the big percentage of the demographic is having a huge disconnect with their content.
And yet they can't seem to make it into a thing, because when you look at her page, even after the 14th, she's been reposting a bunch of posts well after that. So she's still very active on Twitter. She's not going anywhere. She's obviously a liar when it comes to that regard. Now, this is the kind of person, I saw this. She posted this. She said, if you want to criticize translation, there's a right way to do it. And this.
So now we're getting how it should be criticized.
Yep.
It has to be criticized specifically how they curate it. That's so ridiculous.
That's so... Oh my god.
is how you do it. And it's a long ass article about being nice to them. That's all this is. I'm going to make a separate video on this, so stay tuned for that. But all this is basically,
Yeah, I feel like I'll probably not be like reacting on it on stream, but I'll probably will check it out off stream.
Okay.
How they think it should be appropriate to criticize a translation.
saying is, hey, be nice to us and don't be mean. Otherwise, you're bad faith. So let's get into the video. Now, Smash JT posted this, and it said localization is unhappy that people are educated. Gets in the way of the message. Don't worry, subsequent gaslighting ensures you don't know what you're talking about because these localizers are professionals and you're just the idiot. So again, this person translates things in her own mind to be, you know, whatever woke nonsense she wants it to be, and is upset because people are understanding and learning Japanese and realizing that the subtitles that get put into these TV shows, these movies, anime, manga.
I'm just wondering, how did we get to that point? Like, I really wish some conspiracy theorists on Reddit would just at least try to pinpoint how did we get to a point where this is so heavily pushed.
That I don't know. Because like why are you ruining like what people like and just trying to spread activism everywhere? It
I
just
don't
doesn't
know.
make sense. It's not just left, it's also right as well.
All the extremes are bad.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. It's all lies. It's coming from someone who has an agenda. So let's play this video, make sure the volume's up, and let's see what she has to say from the creature's own mouth.
Not only that, but when you're subtitling, everybody can hear what they're saying. And you have a lot of people, especially young people like millennials and Gen Z, who got really into Japanese through anime. So they started learning a little bit of Japanese. So they are very loud on social media when they hear something and they're like, wait, that's not what the subtitle said. These people don't know what they're doing. And it's like, no, you guys, like, you know, this is a skilled profession. We know what we're doing. We didn't change it to spite you in your Japanese 101 class. Like, this is...
Yeah, that sounds so condescending.
Yeah.
This is actually what they said. You just don't understand the challenges of it.
That sounds really condescending. Holy shit.
Why did I say Japanese 101?
Yeah, that's the part I'm saying sounds condescending.
If you're able to understand Japanese at a basic level where you can understand anime or just basic TV shows or whatever, you're not Japanese 101. You're at least like middle school or like high school level.
Wow. So, okay, I don't even know. This is a 31-second clip, and I don't even know where to begin. All right. So, okay, number one, a lot of people are taking up Japanese because, again, like she said, they're into anime. It got them into Japanese and whatnot. And she's
also, it doesn't matter why they decided to learn another language. Learning an extra language is just always a win.
It's a benefit for you and your future endeavors.
She's trying to tell the people who have learned to translate and have learned Japanese that they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're talking about because they didn't see it from the perspective of the almighty creature lord known as Katrina. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. And then also, too, she basically tries to say that they're wrong and that she and her, I don't know, her ilk or whatever, are the professionals, right? This is a professional career. We know what we're doing. We're not wrong. You're wrong. You just don't understand what they said. What do you mean? What do you mean we don't understand what they said? It's very easy to understand what they say when you properly translate it. But unfortunately, we can't get proper translations these days because psychopaths like you have convinced the Japanese to hire you for work. It actually is pretty damn fucking terrible to have somebody like this working in translation because, again, you can very clearly see that this person is ideologically driven. We've known this for a long time, right? We've made videos on Katrina ages ago. So she's been doing it.
I don't know, sadly or luckily, never heard of her before. In the past, I always watched either the German dubbing or the German subbing. So all this English dubbing and localizers is so brand new to me, and the issues that are happening here are just mind-boggling.
long time. And now as time goes on and machine translation gets better and people start learning Japanese and whatnot, and that bridge starts to get smaller and smaller until eventually it closes, localizers like this are going to be useless. Localizers like this are not going to be necessary, and localizers like this are going to try to fight as much as they can tooth and nail to try to keep their grift going. I don't blame them, I understand, but they're going to fight like nonstop to try to keep their grift going. They're going to lie to you, they're going to gaslight you and tell you you don't understand what the Japanese are saying. No, bitch. You had one simple job, and you could have rode this job out and ate as much McDonald's as you possibly wanted. But unfortunately for you, you couldn't just stop at eating McDonald's. You had to be an activist too. And that's where things get really fucked up. Ooh. You had to be an activist, and you had to turn your easy translation job and gig into a ideologically driven position. And this,
I did notice that a lot of the times people who have honestly a pretty cut and dry job, they try to
complicate.
Yeah, they always try to overcomplicate things and try to create this make-believe science that goes into something they're doing.
Sounds like my coworker, to be honest. Anyways.
This is where people are sick of it. Nobody wants to hear about it. Nobody wants to deal with it. And nobody believes your nonsense, because at the end of the day, that's all it is. It's nonsense. People just want proper translations of content that they have fallen in love with. There's a reason why Eastern content is so unbelievably popular. Not even just now, but it's always been. Now, obviously, it's bigger than ever, but still, people have always loved Eastern content, and for a reason, because the storytelling has always been number one. Character development. It's always...
No. Don't shill for East Asian stuff, bro. No.
No, he is a huge fan of it, like actually a huge fan. He keeps posting pictures of his big ass manga collection.
Okay, so specifically Japanese stuff.
The manga, yeah, manga.
Yeah, manga. Okay, sure, whatever. Like, okay, I understand that, but yeah, I don't know about character development. They're not really great on the character development.
Yeah.
At least like books back then is definitely towards the West.
I would just say it depends on what you're approaching. If you're approaching the general anime, yeah, no, I would say speaking in such a wide term that all of it is good would be very false.
It's been number one, not this fucking ideologically driven nonsense. Characters were always number one, and that's what's most important to people when it comes to Eastern content like manga and anime. So stop fucking it up and stop trying to pretend that you are doing God's service by doing so. That's probably the worst thing about all this. Like, look, this part right here pisses me off. Listen to this again.
They are very loud on social media when they hear something, and they're like,
they're very loud on social media when they hear something.
wait, that's not what the subtitle said. These people don't know what they're doing.
That isn't what the subtitle said. Yeah, have you ever watched anime and listen to Japanese or even the English audio? You know what I mean? Like, have you ever watched anime, listen to the English dub, and while you're listening to the English dub, you happen to have subtitles on, and the subtitles are completely different from what is being said?
That happens so often, even with like movies. Oh my god. I cannot tell you enough how much it frustrates me. Like, when you're watching a movie of the language you know, there's English subtitles at the bottom, and you just happen out of curiosity to glance at the subtitles, and your brain just implodes with brain rot.
Said in the English dub. Can you imagine if it's that different from English dub to subtitle? Can you imagine just how different it is from Japanese dub to subtitle? It's going to be a lot, like light years different. So people have caught on. People know the truth, and we're not believing your bullshit anymore. I mean, I haven't believed it for a long, long time, but I know a lot of people are still waking up to this nonsense and realizing that people like Katrina are out there. They do exist, and they fully want to ruin everything that they touch. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video.
I am glad that the whole dubbing and subbing industry is being looked into in US. Do I think that anything will change anytime soon? Absolutely freaking not.
Absolutely not.
Do I think it will ever change? Yes, but to an extent.
Yeah.
I don't think people imposing their own beliefs and their own political agendas will ever go away.
Mm.